Hi, it's me, Dr. KT, and welcome to ODDDDUCKSCIENCE Science. Let's jump right into it. I showed you a clip between a bag of kale and I showed you some gum. And I asked, did you know what they have in common? Well, let's talk about the things that they do have. We know that they both are wrapped in plastic. The difference is one of them is made out of plastic. And if you guessed it, it's the gum. And if you didn't know that gum was made out of plastic, pick your jaw up and let's continue learning. Most gum is made of synthetic polymers, aka plastic. And that gum base is made up of rubber, similar to what is used in tires. Yes, the tires on your car. And also that glue we used to use in elementary and middle school. Yeah, deep breaths, it's okay. You know now, so we can make changes. Now let me tell you that you're not going to die from chewing gum, so don't think that. But what I do want you to think about is a bigger discussion, and it's talking about why is plastic even in our food? So let's get into plastics and microplastics and why they're showing up in our body. Research is saying we are ingesting the equivalence of one credit card per week in microplastic. Chewing gum releases about hundreds to thousands of microplastics into our saliva, and that's just one way that microplastics are getting inside of us. Researchers have also found that these microplastics have been seen in human brains. They've also been seen in human testicles. Check out the Netflix doc Plastic Detox. Why is this alarming? For so many reasons. These plastics have been linked to chronic inflammation. Think about your immune system being heightened or lessened, and it can't work the way that it's supposed to. It causes endocrine disruption, which affects the amount of testosterone produced, and again produces a lower sperm count. I'm telling you, check out the Plastic Detox on Netflix. Now that I've probably got you like, let's talk about the 3Ds. The first D, gum is made out of plastic. And it's one of the ways that microplastics can get inside of our bodies. And they have the potential to cause some serious disruption. Think about hormones, think about increased asthma, think about chronic coughs, all these types of things because of these plastics. Now the second thing, the second D, we may be pretty much harming ourselves out of convenience. And when I say that, what I'm talking about is how these companies are going to produce single-use plastic. When you think of single-use plastic, think about plastic water bottles. I mean, we buy cases from them from Sam's, Walmart, Costco, BJ. Think about single-use utensils. How many fast food restaurants or how many places have you got takeout from? And that's what they give you, and then you throw it away. These plastics, they don't break down. They stay in the landfill forever and ever and ever. And they have all of these chemicals that are with them. Think about petroleum. Petroleum is plastic, which is a crude oil. Yeah, all of that is in your plastics as well as in your gum. As we continue, the one way that we can do something about this is to get our policymakers involved. And I know you're going to say, Dr. KT, you always on them. I'm going to continue to put my foot on their neck. As much as we pay them in their salary, their responsibility is to us. We put them there, we hire them for a job, and their job is to keep us safe and look out for our well-being. So we want to ask them, hey, look, you need to do something and cap this amount of plastic that these companies are producing. And also, let's get rid of single-use plastic. Now, third D, how do I put my own dazzle? My own dazzle becomes a different responsibility. And what that means, when I'm going to the grocery store, instead of buying things that come in a plastic jar, I'm going to look for a glass jar, something very simple. Or if something does come in a plastic container, pour it into a glass one. Think about laundry detergent. You can pour that into a glass mason jar. There's so many different ways that we can use glass that is sustainable, that stays around us and keeps us healthy. And one thing, since we're talking about health and it is so hot outside and we are reaching these record-breaking temperatures of triple digits, we all know that you're not supposed to drink water from a water bottle, specifically a plastic water bottle that you left in the car. And the reason you're not supposed to, or the science behind it, is because that plastic gets so hot it starts doing something called leaching. The chemicals that made that plastic start to break down and enter into the water. And so we don't want that. We don't want to ingest those microplastics inside of our body. Well, the same thing holds true for those plastic containers that we get food from takeout restaurants. Don't heat your food up in the microwave in those plastic containers. Take them out of there, put them on your nice set of plates. Okay? Now, I know I have you alarmed and you're like, there's another thing that I gotta throw away. Not asking you to throw it away. I just want you to have more knowledge so that you can make an informed decision. As always, science is accessible for everyone. And I hope that you all have a glorious day and you start to reduce the amount of plastic that you use. Until then,